And every single day, even when our park is closed, we're here 365 days taking care of these awesome whales. There's actually a staff of 17 trainers here at Orca just taking care of these 5 whales. So you guys have been hanging out with our 2 males, Kyuquot and Tuar. We're going to get to meet them today. But a little bit, let me just introduce you to our females. They're hanging out on the other side of the facility today. Our youngest whale is Kamea. She's 5 years old. She weighs 2,200 pounds. Her big sister Sakari is 9. She weighs 3,300 pounds. Their mother Takara is 28 years old. She weighs 4,500 pounds. And we'll get to meet our 2 males here in just a minute. If you guys come see our shows, you'll get to see the 3 females as well today. Alright guys, first we're going to meet our 20-year-old Tuar. He is going to slide up into the shallow area. He will splash a little bit of water. So if you guys are right here behind the slide out, he's going to splash a little bit. This guy's is Tuar. Tuar is 20 years old, weighing in at 7,700 pounds. Now a full-grown male killer whale can weigh upwards of 9,000 to 12,000 pounds. So again, I mentioned Takara, our female, is only 4,500 pounds. But guess who's in charge? The females, right? Just like in real life, the females are in charge. They live in a matriarchal society, which means there's one dominant female who runs the pod. So even though Takara is much smaller than the males, she is in charge of them. Now she does her job very perfectly. She takes care of the pod very well. Now right here, Emily is playing with Tuar right now. This is an environmental enrichment device. That's a big fancy word for killer whale toy. We lovingly call that toy the bobbin. Kind of looks like a bobbin you have on a thread bobbin. It's made out of high density plastic. It's very strong and very durable material. You may have seen Tuar throw that a little bit with his head. Now since it is made out of high density plastic, it's very strong and durable and can withstand the wear and tear of a killer whale. Looks like Tuar's going to put his hand up and give everyone a great big wave with his pectoral flipper. You guys can give him a wave back if you like. He uses that pectoral flipper for steering and stopping, and also for a little bit of communication. That pec slap right there makes that loud noise above and below the water, and it's one of the many ways killer whales can actually communicate with each other. So another way is with this tail stomp that he's going to demonstrate next. Now also with that tail, that's how they propel themselves through the water at top speeds in an up and down motion. Killer whales can reach top speeds at about 30 miles an hour, making them one of the fastest marine mammals out in the ocean. So they use that tail in an up and down motion to propel themselves. They use those pectoral flippers on the sides of their body for steering and stopping, and that dorsal fin on the back of them for stability. Now a question that we do get all the time is about that curved dorsal fin. You guys may notice the 2 boys do have that large curved dorsal fin. Right now we believe leading research tells us that there are no bones and muscles in the dorsal fin. The 2 boys' dorsal fins are upwards of 6 feet tall and really, really heavy. So as they spend more time at the surface of the water here at SeaWorld, the male killer whales can start to lean and start to grow into that lean over time, just because there's nothing supporting it. If you see our 3 females, their dorsal fins are straight up and down because they're not as big and not as heavy. Doesn't affect them in any way, there's no emotional attachment to it, just because they're so physically large and heavy with no bones or muscles in there. Now this next training session right here is actually going to be a really cool playtime. So this is actually a fun playtime that we have done with our whales, and it's actually a stacking game. Emily tossed in that little bobbin, and she's asking Tuar to bring over that little bobbin, and hopefully get it into that plastic planter that Emily has in her hand. That plastic planter is actually some of the boys' favorite toys. There's actually a bunch of ice in there. So we'll dump ice, we'll dump fish, or jello, or kelp, all kinds of fun stuff in there, and they can actually dump all that into their mouth and dump all that fun ice and enrichment into their mouth. Now this is again what we call a stacking game. So what she asked Tuar to go do is to go retrieve that bobbin and bring it back over to her and hopefully put it right here in that planter. So it looks like Tuar has a good grip of that. He should pop it up. Oh, so close, Tuar. There he goes. Good job, Emily. So this is actually something that we saw the whales doing on their own free time. We saw them taking smaller toys and putting them inside the bigger toys. So it's like, hey, that looks like a lot of fun. Let's actually make that into a training session. So this is just a really fun playtime that Tuar gets to interact with his toys or his environmental enrichment devices. Now some of these toys, like these plastic toys, were purchased for the whales. And we can actually make some toys. Some of our toys are actually made out of fire hose. Fire hose is very strong and durable material, right? We actually had a local fire department here in San Antonio that had some fire hose that wasn't quite good enough for them to use anymore, but was still in really good condition to make killer whale toys out of. So we've actually taken fire hose, welding some of them together. Although Tuar's gonna get the ice now. There's some ice in that planter. We have some that have floaties in it, so the fire hose can float. We have some that sink. Again, it's very strong and durable material they can interact with. It's really cool for us as trainers to see what the whales really seem to enjoy playing with. Each whale definitely has their own personality, so they have different favorite toys that they like to interact with throughout the day. And I would say, good job for doing that fun playtime, Tuar. He's gonna get a big old handful of fish right there. Watch as Tuar eats that fish, guys. Did he chew that food or swallow it whole? He swallowed it whole, right? That's right, Tuar. Killer whales have 44 to 52 cone-shaped teeth that interlock like a zipper. They use those teeth to rip apart prey into smaller pieces, just like that. They'll rip side to side, and they will swallow that food whole. Right now, Tuar is eating 135 pounds of restaurant-quality fish every single day. They get capelin, herring, mackerel, and salmon. So the salmon that you and I would buy at the grocery store or at a restaurant is the exact same salmon that these guys get. Alright, this next training session, guys, is probably one of the most important training sessions we do every single day. This is what we call husbandry training. Husbandry is anything that allows us to take care of our animals here at SeaWorld. They all participate in their own health care. This right here is what we call a tail present. Tuar has rolled over, presented his tail to Emily. He's nice and calm and relaxed. And from this, we can get a look at his tail. In that tail, there's veins very close to the surface of the skin, just like the veins in our arm. So if you guys have ever gone to a doctor and given a blood sample, we can do the same thing with our whales. We have 2 full-time veterinarians here at SeaWorld. They actually come check on our animals every single day. They can take that blood sample from that tail, just like they would for you and I, and they'll take it to our on-site laboratory and analyze it just like they would for you and I again. Now that blood sample gives us lots of good information about their health. So these guys actually get monthly physicals. So like for example, myself, I get a physical once a year. These guys get a physical once a month. So we have good baseline information as to what their blood work should look like. And if they're ever maybe not swimming as well, or maybe they're not eating as well, maybe their eyes are kind of closed, little things that we know very well about these guys, we can get that blood sample again, and they can analyze it within a few hours, and actually prescribe any kind of medication they might need. So their health is very, very important for us. We can do other things like clean their teeth, we can do sonograms to check their insides. This next one is a husbandry behavior on their dorsal fin. So killer whales actually slough off their skin about 8 times quicker than we do. So you guys know how we lose our dead skin cells over time? These guys do the same thing, but about 8 times quicker. So you'll actually see whales and dolphins out in the ocean and here at SeaWorld rubbing up on the sides of the pool or the sides of the ocean, rock beds, seabeds, to actually slough off some of that old dead skin cells. Now with the boys, since their dorsal fins are so curved and large, we actually take this loofah glove that Emily has right here, and we'll actually exfoliate it for them, a little spa day for them. So it just helps rejuvenate that skin underneath that dorsal fin. You guys may have saw when you guys first came in, they have some high pressure water sprayers on the sides of the pool. They can do that, they kind of give themselves a little back massage and that, and kind of help slough off some of that old skin as well. So it's a very natural part of their day. It's one of those, again, husbandry. It allows us to focus on their health. And the whales are very tactile animals as well, which means they really seem to enjoy back rubs and belly rubs. Who here likes a good back massage every once in a while? Right, I know I do. These guys really seem to enjoy that as well. So we can actually use those loofah gloves and give them those back rubs and those belly rubs as well. Alright, so if you guys thought Tuar was impressive, just wait, because here comes Kyuquot. He's going to slide out. He will splash a little bit, guys, so if you're right by this fence, be careful, because you will get a little bit of water on you. But hello, welcome to a slide out, 27-year-old Kyuquot. As you guys can see, Kai is a little bit bigger than his younger half-brother. They're actually half-brothers here. At 27 years old, Kyuquot weighs in at 9,500 pounds. Both whales are over 20 feet long. Now he won't get much longer, but he might put on a little bit more weight throughout his lifetime. Kylan's gonna ask him to slide out one more time, because we know the great picture opportunity of Mr. Kai as he slides out. His full name is Kyuquot. We call him Kai for short. As Kai is in that slide out, we can talk about his body adaptations a little bit, some of his coloration. Killer whales are white, black, and actually a little bit of gray. Do you guys know killer whales have gray on them? Kylan's pointing out that little gray spot behind his dorsal fin. We call that the saddle patch. that is actually unique and different to every killer whale. It's actually their fingerprint, just like you and I. So it's one of the ways scientists and researchers can tell them apart out in the ocean. As Kai pops his head back up, you guys might notice those large white eye patches on his side. Those are his false eye patches. His actual eye is located right in front of and below those eye patches. They're very well camouflaged for help hiding their actual eye out in the ocean. Now, Tuar demonstrated that stacking game. Looks like Kai's going to do the same thing with those planters. So he should go get this smaller planter. Looks like he's going to grab it right there, and he should stack it right in front of that bigger one right there. Let's see. He's getting lined up. He's moving it around. Let's see if he gets it. He's still learning this playtime, which is okay. So instead, he just brought it back over to Kylan. There he goes. Okay, so he's getting it. He's getting it set up. The little one's floating away. Kylan, help him out. There he goes. Yeah, give Kai a round of applause. Very good, buddy. That was awesome. Now, this is a really great demonstration of how we train our animals. It's all based on positive reinforcement. So whether we're working with an 8-pound otter or a 9,000-pound killer whale, we focus on the positive. So whenever we ask the animal to do a behavior and they do it correctly, we're going to give them something they like. So what do you guys think the whales like best? Shout it out. Fish, that's right. But they can get all kinds of other fun stuff. Kai got a big old handful, a little mouthful of ice right there. Ice is a really fun treat for him. They can get other fun things like ice, they can get jello, they can get toys to play with, they can get back rubs, belly rubs, all kinds of really fun things to draw lots of positive attention to those correct behaviors. And if they do a behavior that wasn't quite right, or maybe wasn't quite what we were looking for, we do nothing. We just stand still for 3 seconds, and it just communicates to the animal that wasn't quite the right behavior. We can either try it again or move on to something else. So it's all really based on all that good positive interactions with our animals. Now we talked a little bit about how much fish Tuar got. Right now, our biggest whale, Kyuquot here, he is eating 150 pounds of fish every single day. We actually have a team of trainers that come in every single morning at 5:30 a.m. to defrost all of the fish for all of SeaWorld every day. SeaWorld San Antonio goes through about 3,000 pounds of fish every single day. So it's a big task to come in, get all that fish ready. We check every fish for every animal. We weigh it out for their individual daily base or the daily diet, and they deliver it to every area. Now right now, Kyuquot is demonstrating a learning training session. That's exactly what it sounds like. He's learning something new. So at 27 years old, Kyuquot knows hundreds of behaviors that he has learned throughout his lifetime. But he's always learning something new. Learning is a very important part about our day to keep the whales mentally stimulated and mentally engaged. This behavior is what we call an innovate. And that's just a big fancy word for, Kai, make up whatever behavior you want to make up. So whenever we interact with our whales, it's all based on those hand signals. Every behavior is paired with a hand signal. This hand signal tells Kai to do whatever he wants. So last one, he went to the center of the pool. This one, he went upside down. And the only part of this training session is every behavior should be able to do something different. If he repeats it, well then that's not quite what we're looking for. So every behavior should be different. Now this innovate behavior is actually a really cool way for the animals to be creative in their own training sessions because they get to pick whatever they want to do. It's actually been really cool as we're learning this innovate behavior. They've made up behaviors that we've never trained them on before. So again, it's just a great way for Kai and all the animals to be creative. Alright, so we demonstrated a little bit of how Tuar communicated with his pectoral flippers and his tail. Other ways they can communicate are through sounds or vocalizations that Kyuquot's going to demonstrate. That one's his bird chirp. That one's his raspberry, always a crowd favorite. And that last one was his flicker. Now, even though his mouth was open, did you guys see where those are? Hear where those sounds were coming from? His blowhole. Look at that, he's gonna get a big old salmon to say, good job for doing those sounds. So, killer whales do not have vocal cords like you and I. However, they manipulate that blowhole into different shapes, and that's how they make all those different noises. Jesse had a big old salmon he just took one crunch out of it, now it's gone. Again, he swallowed that salmon whole. So again, that salmon, that whole salmon he just got, is the exact same salmon you and I might get at a grocery store, at a restaurant. He gets 30 pounds of that salmon every single day. And now Kylan's giving him that nice back rub we talked a little bit about. This is a great way for Kylan to build a relationship with Kai. Kylan has been working with Kai for a couple years now. They have a great relationship, but we're always working on that relationship with our animals. So, you guys know, these guys are very large. So we want to make sure we have very good, positive relationships with them. So, every day we're working on those relationship training sessions where we're building strong relationships. That way we have mutual trust between us and the animals. This next behavior, guys, go ahead and turn your phones or your cameras to the middle of the pool. Kai's going to do a very natural hunting behavior called a tail flip. So Kai's actually going to roll upside down and flip his tail up out of the water. So take a look, he's upside down, here he goes. That is actually a very cool hunting technique that killer whales will use out in the ocean. They'll flip that tail to actually stun their prey. Looks like he's going to slide out again, guys. He might splash a little bit. And then you got another great picture opportunity of Mr. Kyuquot right here in that slide out for you guys. Now again, that tail flip again is a very natural behavior. They will actually use that to stun their prey. They'll take down prey much larger than themselves. These guys are the top predators in the ocean, so they work together as a team or a pod to be able to take down prey that's much larger than themselves. Alright, looks like Kai's going to have one last thing, and Tuar got one last thing to show for all of you guys today. They're going to sink down, put their tails up, and give everyone an orca size wave goodbye today. Well, folks, this does conclude our animal portion of Dine with Orcas today. I hope you guys got some great pictures and got to learn more about our awesome whales. We'll be hanging out here for just a few more minutes if you guys have any last-minute questions about these guys today. I do invite you guys to come on back into our stadium. We do have two different shows today. We have One Ocean. Our first show is actually at 1:45. So the really cool thing is, as soon as you guys leave this back area, it's going to put you guys right in front of our stadium to get those awesome first pick of those seats. We then have a 3 o'clock and a 5:30 One Ocean. If you guys stick around later tonight, we do have our Shamu's Rocket Creek show. That's our off-Halloween show at 9 p.m. today, so if you guys are brave enough to get out there and withstand all the scary things going on in our Park with Hollow Screen, that 9 p.m. Shamu's Rocket Creek show is an awesome, awesome show that we get to do just during Halloween. But again, we want to thank you guys so much for coming to get to see our whales behind the scenes. Again, if you guys have any last-minute questions, come on over. I'll be happy to answer all those last-minute questions for you guys. We'll be hanging out with the whales for just a few more minutes. But we do ask that you guys help us by clear this area out right before 1 o'clock. Again, that does allow us time to get set up and get ready for that 1:45 show. So make sure you guys grab a cookie on your way out. But thank you guys so much for coming to Dine with Orcas, and more importantly, have a great rest of your day right here at SeaWorld San Antonio. Bye-bye, everybody.